सबको सन्मति दे भगवान। ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरे नाम, सबको सन्मति दे भगवान। रघुपति राघव राजा राम।
आज बाबरी मस्जिद को नहीं तोड़ा, बल्कि हिंदुस्तान के मुसलमानों के दिल को तोड़ा है। हिंदुस्तान का सेकुलरिज्म ऐसा लगता है कि खत्म हो चुका।
Who is in charge of law and order in Uttar Pradesh? Who is in charge of stopping the yatra? Am I in charge? Is the Home Minister of India in charge? Why don't you ask yourself that question?
तीनों प्रादेशिक सरकारों को भंग करने की गलती मत करो, इसके गंभीर नतीजे होंगे। सारे देश में इसका आपको मुकाबला करना पड़ेगा। शांतिपूर्ण तरीके से हम लड़ेंगे और हम जनता के बल पर लड़ेंगे, कानून के बल पर नहीं।
Hello and welcome to Eyewitness. Only rarely in our lives do we witness an event that you can safely say will change the history of our nation. But what happened in Ayodhya on December 6th is surely such a development. And so, in this specially extended edition of Eyewitness, we devote the whole cassette to understanding what the future will be like for India after Ayodhya. And because Sharmila cannot be with us for this show, we have instead Komal G.B. Singh.
In this cassette, we provide the most comprehensive coverage and analysis of the incident at Ayodhya. And the cassette is divided into several distinct parts, so you can, if you want, see it in sections or at one go. Here now is what you can expect.
We reveal what really happened at Ayodhya with exclusive footage never before seen. and examine the response of the security forces with admissions that will shake you. We explore the mood of Indian Muslims as they recover from the trauma and discover the reaction of the rest of us and find answers that are surprising. In his first interview, the Prime Minister tells us his side of the story. We examine the prospects that lie ahead for the BJP as it adjusts to the new politics and talk to Atal Bihari Vajpayee about the crisis that's become a dilemma in his life. We present the first ever poll of Congress MPs on what they think of Narasimha Rao, whilst in studio, 4 top politicians discuss the future of India. We begin with the details of what actually happened in Ayodhya on December 6th. Seema Chishti and the eyewitness crew were there. They braved the wrath of the Karsevaks as the mood switched from defiance to frenzy and then madness. So now, with their own telling footage and with the help of additional material offered by eyewitness contacts, we piece together what happened during those critical hours that stunned the nation.
This is the Ram Janmabhoomi Babri Masjid complex. Here is the Babri Masjid. In front is the platform constructed last July. Opposite is the Manas Bhavan, the highest point in the area. To the left is the Ram Katha Kunj, some 300 meters from the mosque. On the right of our map is a building used as an observation tower by the authorities. Under it are the rope barricades meant to control the crowds. Our account begins at 7:45 on the 6th. The Babri Masjid was surrounded by early morning mist and a row of CRPF Jawans. It was evocative of preparations for a school sports day. RSS Sanchalaks had taken over the management completely, doing their drills and supervising the cleaning of the platform where the Car Seva was to happen. Even durries were laid out. By 9, the numbers near the platform increased considerably, with a lot of women joining the crowd. Sadhus and Mahants were also struggling to occupy the limited space. Soon the platform was packed, with even Ramchand Paramhans, Mahant Avaidyanath and Swami Parmanand having difficulty finding space. By 9:30, the confusion near the rope barricades was getting worse, and hundreds of car sevaks threatened the police cordon. However, the RSS Sanchalaks appeared to cooperate with the police, and the situation still seemed under control. Just before 10:30, Advani and Joshi arrived, escorted by Katiyar and Singhal. They circled the area before being taken to the Ramkatha Kunj, trailed by hundreds of supporters. This was the point when the crowd seemed to go out of control. There was tension all around, and our team was warned to stop shooting. But when we asked the district magistrate if things were out of control, he merely chuckled.
Why not? Is it so? Yes. You don't hear?
Breaking of barricades and all that.
No, there are a lot of enthusiasm in the people.
But that means a situation can be created. Will you be able to control it?
It's under control still.
It is?
Yes. It is under control.
Yet the police had already begun pleading helplessness.
जनता पुलिस क्या कर पाएगी? हम कितनों को गोली मारेंगे यहाँ पर? यहाँ देख रहे हैं ना, इनका सहयोग, सबका सहयोग होना अनिवार्य है यहाँ पर. हम सभी का सहयोग बहुत जरूरी है यहाँ पे. अगर हम ऐसा नहीं करते हैं तो बहुत सारे आदमी हैं, हम कंट्रोल कैसे कर पाएंगे?
In fact, this is all that the police felt was necessary for them to do.
तो यहाँ भी नहीं दर्द पूरे आएंगे. हाँ, यहाँ से लगाओ. पूरे वहाँ से ऐसे करके खड़े हो जाओ, बेट लगाए. एक दूसरे का पेट पकड़ लो। हाँ, लाओ पेट पकड़ो। किनारे तक।
About 11:45, a group of conspicuous men with yellow bands on their foreheads ran in a single file towards the besieged policemen. Five minutes later, Singhal reappeared and confusion ensued as he first seemed to go up on the platform and then retreat. He vainly tried to address some car sevaks before departing.
Please, don't come, please.
So just before midday, this was the situation at the site. Some CRPF personnel were inside the complex, the UP police were near the barricades, and a lot of the press was on top of Manas Bhavan. The leaders were on the Ramkatha Kunj, addressing thousands of people alongside them. The rest of the complex was swarming with car sevaks. Our camera was here, on the platform. The serious trouble started at 11:55, when stones were hurled at the masjid. Both the UP police and the CRPF vanished. What followed was a massive and sudden movement into the masjid, and I could see the car sevaks make their way straight to the top with no resistance at all from the security forces. This is what followed. It was at this point that the eyewitness team was attacked by the car sevaks, who were in no mood to allow the demolition to be filmed. However, eyewitnesses obtained exclusive footage that allows us to show you what happened for the next 30 minutes. Notice how the announcements on the public address system have changed. Listen to what they are now saying. At 12:15, this pink canopy that covers the Ramlala idols was carried out, followed shortly by the idols themselves. For the next 6 hours, the entire place seemed like a gladiatorial arena, with car sevaks either charging inside to assist Operation Demolition or howling and clapping with glee. first dome collapsed at about 2 o'clock. The second dome fell at 3:30. At this time, I could see Vinay Katiyar and Ramchandra Paramhans on top of the Ramkatha Kunj, giving a cricket-like commentary and egging people on. The third and final dome fell at 4:55 to loud cheers. By 6 o'clock when we left the site, whilst homes in Ayodhya had been razed to the ground.
डंडा जब मारने शुरू हुआ, इसके बाद हम लोग अंदर है गुम्बद पर सब कहां से वाले चढ़ गए तोड़ फोड़ करने लगे। हम लोग राम लाला करके ले करके बाहर खड़ा रहे। इसके बाद जब गुम्बद गिर गया तो राम लाला को लेकर हम लोग ऊपर आए। इसके बाद पंडाल में सब हम धरे। इसके बाद अपन शाम को आते होते पूजा वूजा करने शुरू किए।
मैंने पहले सुना था कि यहाँ भगवान राम की वानर सेना थी पहले, तो मैंने प्रत्यक्ष देखा कि बराबर भगवान राम की वानर सेना यहाँ पर आई हुई है। और उस समय जब ये 12 बजे लगभग शुरू हुआ और 12:30 बजे मैं दूर से देख रहा था और फिर मेरी आंखों में अश्रु भी बह आए।
And while the demolition was going on, what were Advani and Joshi up to? I did not see them, but here is someone who did.
So after some time, Mr. Advani went downstairs and just sat silently right through the evening. Once or twice when he came up, he just kept repeating it was unfortunate. But Mr. Joshi was absolutely silent. When asked, he said, no questions, no answers, excuse me today. But the other leaders, well, people like Ashok Singhal were frankly speaking fairly jubilant about what was going on.
In fact, the shocking events of December 6 continued well after the masjid was demolished, late into the night. Once again, from the exclusive footage eyewitnesses obtained, we can show you what happened after dark. The police hung around watching the makeshift mandir being built. This was well after Kalyan Singh had resigned, and it continued even after President's rule was declared. Here you can see them warming their hands by the fire. Even the lights which could have been switched off by the authorities weren't. In fact, our footage shows work continuing up till midnight without let or hindrance.
So far, I've told you what actually transpired. But like many others, there was a lot I simply was not permitted to see. But even so, one important question arises about what happened.
The 3 domes were leveled within 5 hours. Though passions were running high and the crowds uncontrollable, it was obviously premeditated by some people. The question now is, who exactly masterminded the whole show?
There is ample evidence to suggest planning. First, there is the swiftness and simultaneity of the operations. This suggests strategy rather than spontaneity. In just 5 hours, the domes were smashed, the press hit in order to ensure no coverage, and Muslim houses burnt to the ground. Secondly, the RSS Sanchalaks, who started out as policemen,